What's going on, guys? Snaggy here, and it's time to preview the semi-final week 3 of the NRL Finals 2024, guys. We have Storm, Roosters, Panther, Sharkies. Drop all your punts in the comments, guys. You know I want to see them. All your picks, your head-to-heads, how you think the game's going to play out, your try scorers. I love seeing it, guys. Drop them in the comments there. Alright, guys, so in this video we're going to be going over the games, going over the team list, our picks, and also going over our punts. However, I haven't put my punts down yet, just because Dabble hasn't populated the props that I want just yet. However, I will show you what I'm probably looking at putting down, so you'll have a good idea, guys. And yeah, so we'll just get through those. But punts should be up live on Discord and on my Dabble very shortly. If you do want to join Dabble, use the link in the description or use code SNAG. And if you want to join our Discord group and chat footy, guys, I'll leave the link in the description here too, guys. Now, one last thing I wanted to just drop before we start to get into the footy. I got asked about 1 million times in my last video. I thought I mentioned the name of the website I use for my stats, what I have been using lately, and that is tryline.com.au, guys. It is really good for matchups. It's really good for your betting analysis, all this sort of stuff, guys. Play like time of tries versus top 8, top 4, all these teams, like how it all sort of matches up. And we are 22 of 23 legs since using it, and only had one multi-failed, which was that one leg that failed. So we've been pretty much perfect, absolutely robbing the bookies since we've been using tryline.com, guys. If you do want to check that one out as well. Not sponsored, just like it. It's awesome. So check it out. You guys can put your own multis. I love when you guys follow me and just copy my punts. It's awesome, but you guys can put your own together too, guys. All the info's here for you, and that's what this video is sort of about. It's about me giving my picks and stuff like that, but we go over stuff, and you can be like, I think I like that. You know, like, so maybe I've picked this, but you're like, I actually like that. So really good site to check out, guys. Have a little look-see and smash it. All right, guys, as well, just before we do get started, if you could shoot us a sub if you haven't already, that would mean a lot, guys. Had a goal of hitting 8K by the end of the year. We're very close, we're a couple hundred off. So if we've ever won your punt, if you've ever enjoyed my content a little bit, shoot us a sub, guys. It really means a lot. And everyone that has, you're absolute legends, especially the day oneers. You know who you are. All right, guys, let's get into the team list. They're pretty unchanged from last week, guys. So you can read through it if you like. I won't just read all these names out because we know who's playing. We know who's there. Let's just get into it. How do the Sydney Roosters upset the Melbourne Storm? How do they win this game? They're going to have to be better than last week, even though they were pretty damn good. They're going to have to be better. Now, for me, what they have to do and why I don't think they have beaten these top teams recently, I feel like they give them a little bit too much respect and try and play their game rather than their own, which is highly disrespectful. Highly like power through the middle. We'll spin it if there's something half on. We'll throw that offload to Teddy through the middle on the second tackle on our own 30-metre line, whatever. Like just that utter disrespect that they show those bottom 9 teams. I think they need to do that. And what I personally think they should do as well is knock the front door down. Now, what I would be doing if I was Robbo's obviously much smarter man than me. That's why he's a head coach of one of the best clubs, NRL clubs in the country. I would be dropping Lindsay Collins to the bench and bringing Tyrrell May on and just going through the front door, slapping. I would be telling Jared Reed-Hargraves and Tyrrell May, give me 18 minutes from the gods. Go through them. We've seen Jared ruffle up Nelson before. We've seen him smack him around. We've seen him disrespect him. And this is the one thing I think they can do where they can genuinely beat Melbourne is through the middle. Like Nelson, big guy, powerful Skittles defence, but if you look at the rest, I mean, even he I wouldn't say submitted. Jared really got the better of him. I think it was last year, maybe the year before, whenever it was. Get in their faces. They made it ugly. I think he hit him high twice in 2 sets of 6 in a row. Like just absolutely smacking him. But you get like these guys can do that. Like Trent Liero, Josh King, Blore, Katoa. Like, are you worried about slap them? Just go through them, knock the front door down, play big, play powerful. Victor Radley coming off his line, putting shots on, like really, really knock down make Melbourne play outside their system somehow. And that's how I think they have to do it. Like, because why I think this would work is Jared, and then Tyrrell May, who can actually slap in defence. He's actually, I can't remember which game it was, but I've seen him slap. If you get those guys on for your 18 minutes, then you can bring on Spence and Lindsay Collins to play the second half of the first half, get through the longer minutes, all that sort of stuff. But I really think they need 18 minutes of godlike intensity to really bully this Melbourne forward pack around. It's Melbourne's forward pack is still very good, but it's not. It's much improved from last year, but it's not hectic. It's not hectic. It's just done its job, and they've been able to play off the back of it enough. So that's how I think the Melbourne Storm do it. Losing Sam Walker, they can't play that pressure game where they can, Sam Walker can, chip in behind the line and do all this sort of stuff, apply pressure that way through a short kicking game, doing all this sort of stuff. They need to just knock the front door down, go through and play off the back of it, do all that. That's how I think they win this game. If they're just gonna equal the forward battle, if it's even, then Melbourne Storm aren't gonna lose. Like, they won't lose. They won't lose. How did Melbourne Storm win? These guys do just have to hold their gloves up and let Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes, Cam Munster and Pappy go to work. That's how they win. It's pretty goddamn simple. Like, all they have to do is not get hammered in the middles, and the rest will take care of itself, So, and as far as my picks goes, I genuinely think the Roosters can win this game. I really do. I don't. Out of the two games, I like this one for an upset better. However, this is why I'm picking the Melbourne Storm. Storm have won 10 of their last 11 games against the Roosters. Roosters have lost their last 3 games at Amy Park. Xavier, it's just, they just don't have a good... I don't trust that they're going to do what I said they should do to win the game. I think they're going to try and play that grindy style of footy, and I just don't see it happening. So, Xavier Coates has scored 8 tries in his past 4 games against the Roosters. Spence and Harry Grant both playing the 100th. I wonder what that's paying. Let's put that together quickly, guys. Hang on. I want to see what those two together is paying. Harry Grant actually probably doesn't pay much. He's been bloody scoring like a machine lately. All right, so we've got Melbourne Storm. Same game multi. Player tries. We got Harry Grant. Jeez, Harry Grant's only $3. Where's Spencer Leno? Spencer, where are you? 41-1. Got to get on that. Yeah, so let's have a little look see at our stats here, guys. All right, so let's scroll down a little bit. So if you're looking for your any times, guys, obviously your Xavier Coates, your Will Warbricks, your Katoas are probably your best bet here, guys. And then if you're, like I said, they've been Roosters have been playing left so much more. I had so many people. Dom Young ended up scoring last week, but they dead set didn't go to his side once. They've been playing out the back of Angus Crichton, which means Angus has been getting plenty of tries, but also Daniel Tupou has just been feasting. I know they're even for the year. Well, they've both scored 15 tries for the year. Dom Young played a couple less games. But Dom was getting doubles and hat-tricks galore the first 6 or 7 games. Since then, it's been all Daniel Tupou as far as the edges go. So I do like Daniel Tupou, Angus Crichton for this one. Now, to score first, I'm probably going to be taking the Melbourne Storm as part of my multi. 100% strike rate against top 4 teams. And Roosters only 40% against top 4 teams. So I really like that one there, guys. And then as far as this is another one I'm probably going to look at doing is I'll probably look at Storm for under 6 tries. They've only scored, well, not only, they've against top 4 teams, their max tries is 6. I do think if there's a good 15-minute filling out period in this game, that's pretty much safe. So I like Storm for under 6 tries, and And you could do the same with Roosters as well, but you won't get any value there. So possibly look at second half, top 4 teams. Roosters only scoring 6.72 points. So you could probably take Roosters under 13.5 points. That's 2 converted tries and a penalty goal, or 3 tries, which is pretty unlikely in the second half, especially if Melbourne's on top. So they're the legs I'm looking at for this one, guys. I think we're pretty good. So, like I said, make sure you follow me on Dabble, guys. All my punts will be up there soon. Now, if you haven't joined Dabble yet, guys, use the code in the description here, guys, and or use Snag when you join in too. So that's what I'm looking at for these. I think we're going to hit again. Now, if you want to juice this up a little bit, because the prices for try scorers aren't great in this, your first, second, and thirds, Katoa's actually pretty good value here, man. Like, so 30% of the time, he's first, second, or third. I don't mind that at all. Like, that's actually like better odds than Tupou. Like, Katoa, they seem to go right a lot at the start of the game, and then they start going left a bit more. So I actually like this one. If you like Katoa for a bit of value, first, second, or third, 30% strike rate, it's pretty good. It's actually not too bad at all. So I'll be looking at him. All right, guys. Now let's move on to the Penny Panthers versus the Sharks. Now, I've actually got Penrith Panthers and Melbourne Storm to both win the comp. So I don't want them to both make it, but I'd actually love to see an upset. I don't really care. I only make $500 if Storm win the comp, and I think $1,300 if Penrith win it. So nothing crazy, but yeah, I feel like this is the one that it's going to be extremely hard for Sharkies to win. We can get into it a little bit, but yeah, it's Sharks haven't scored a try against them in 2 games. That's rough. That's rough. So how do the Penrith Panthers win this? So they're 10 from 10 in the last 10 finals games. They just hit that right button. They hit right. They copy link, right click, paste. They do what they do, and good luck. That's sort of how they play. Penrith Panthers remind me a bit of Khabib Nurmagomedov in the MMA. Everyone knew exactly what he was going to do. How did he stop it? Like everyone knew what Khabib was going to do. He was going to pressure you, blitz you with ugly punches until you started to fire back because you felt comfortable. Then he's gonna shoot. He's gonna pin you, either mount you or just hold you against the cage, beat the hell out of you till you turn your back and he chokes you. Everyone knows it. They couldn't stop it. So that's obviously how Panthers win. Copy paste. For Sharkies, now how do they win? Now, so there was a little tactic. I can't remember the games, but I think there was a few games towards the end of the year where Penrith looked a little flimsy. I think they actually won those games. Maybe they lost the one against Melbourne, but I sort of like a lot. So the last 2 years, right, everyone's been kicking to Taruva's side because they didn't want To'o blitzing back of me. Like, To'o is literally like Spencer Lino on the wing. Like, should we kick it to that dude, or should we kick it to Taruva, who's about 80 kilos? We'll kick it to Taruva. But I actually thought it was pretty smart from them, not because he's not easy to contain. He's easier to contain off that first one. I feel like the amount of times he will take the second carry, or even the third, but it's usually the second one where he gets this, and he makes 8 or 9, 10, 11 meters. But it's so fast, and he's getting up so quickly that they lay all over him and he gets a penalty. And then all of a sudden they're attacking you. Like, you went from having a nice set with the ball, doing a nice kick, to now I'm defending our line. Like, he does it so much because he's so hard to contain. But I sort of liked when they were attacking him a little bit. And then Dylan Edwards and Taruva taking the second and third. I know it's much of a muchness, but I feel like that was a little less potent than the other way around. They're all potent. It's the best back three I've probably ever seen, but I felt like that was a little less potent than doing it like that. Just attacking To'o a little more. And when I say To'o was average in those games, he still ran for like 160 and stuff, but he just didn't get penalties off the second, and he didn't bust as many tackles as he normally did. So if you can, To'o was the sort of guy you're never going to stop him. You just need to restrict him. So I think this back five has to match this back five here. That's the first job. Their running meters, their kick returns, their post-contact, their fast play the balls have to be as good as Penrith's. Because if that is one of Sharks' strengths, if your strength's weaker than the opposition, and their strengths, their back five is just one of their strengths, you're in a bit of trouble. Yeah, and another reason why I think they have to be more powerful is I just do not think they can win this halves battle. Nathan Cleary is moving into Billy Goat status. He really is. And Nicho Hynes, he was okay. He was pretty damn good. If there were no paychecks, we would be talking about Nicho Hynes being just an awesome player. But these guys have paychecks, and his has an M at the end of it. And he hasn't been playing like that, whereas Nathan Cleary on 1.2 is a steal. An absolute steal. Now, as far as the forwards go, I don't know if they can match this forward pack, but I believe this can match this, if not be better. I think Sharks' bench, these guys have to hold their gloves up, obviously, but this bench, I think, can outperform this bench. They just have to do it. Super risky for the Sharks. If a back goes down, they are gone. Jack Williams is probably the smallest guy on the bench, and what he'd be 108, something like that. They literally have no real coverage. I know Siffer can cover, obviously, a centre position, but that's about it. Oh, he can cover, but they're not worried about second row. They've got second row coverage. So he can cover centre, but he can't cover halves. He can't cover fullback. He can't cover wing. You know what I mean? He's a middle forward or to a centre. He's not. I don't see Siffer coming in if Hynes goes down and orchestrating an offense. So big roll of the dice here. Brad Schneider obviously cover there for the Panthers, but they can play this power game. They technically have a better forward pack. Better's the wrong word. A deeper forward pack. Like I said, if these guys can hold their own against these guys, and then Lindsay Smith and Liam Henry come on, who are awesome, but I'd say Royce Hunt, Tom Hazelton, and Siffer through the middle probably got them. So to me, the bench has to be better, substantially better than Penrith's bench, and their back five has to at least be as good as, if not, I think they actually have to outperform Penrith's back five, which is going to be an absolute massive task. So let's have a little look-see at the stat attacks here, guys. Penrith Panthers have won 7 of their last 8 games against the Sharks. Sharks have been outscored 70-0 in their past 2 clashes against the Panthers. Penrith Panthers are aiming for their 11th straight finals win, which is a record. That'll actually beat that St George team of the 50s, which had no salary cap, no tackle counts, no professional players. It's actually insane that they can break that record. Well, if they do win this game, they've broken that record. That is ridiculous. And Isaiah Yeo will break the club's all-time appearance record, 243 games. Shout out to my brother Isaiah Yeo. Oh, let's move on to this. What are we thinking on the punt this one, guys? All right, so let's actually have a little look-see at this. So we've got Alamotti and Taruva on Ramian and Katoa. Solid. Then we have Tungor and To'o on Oro and Mulatalo. Cleary on this right edge, Liam Martin. Now, Storm's right... Sharky's right edge is the best in the comp, I believe. Yeah, it is. Oops. So, and with Cleary back, this edge is so much more potent. It really is. Tungor's just looked like a new player since he's been back. Like that is potent. Like Martin, Cleary, Tungor, To'o. Like a lot of people glaze other things. I don't think like that edge hasn't been able to be as potent because Nathan Cleary's finished 8 games this year. But that is ridiculous. So you have Isaiah Yeo linking out to Liam Martin, Nathan Cleary, Tungor and To'o. That is scary stuff. So I probably like that side better. I just think Cleary's going to grab this one by the scruff of the neck, and I think more game will be played. Whenever you're picking your try scorers, you're pretty much what I do anyway. You obviously run a line through the middle here. And all you really want to do is try and find which side's going to have the most ball. And obviously look at the weaker sides on the other team. But I think this side's going to get more ball than this side. So I definitely like your Martins, your Tungors, and your To'os. To'o if you want to be safe. Liam Martin if you want some value. And Tungor if you're feeling lucky. Whether you think there's going to be cut-out balls or... but they've used Tungor really nice, him turning back in. But yeah, so let's have a look at the betting analysis here, guys. Now, any times we're looking at Dylan Edwards, 50% strike rate, not too bad at all. I like To'o the best out of these out of the safe ones. I really do. And then yeah, probably what's Penrith's weak side conceded. Oh, that's cool. Penrith's weak side is their right side, right? Yeah, so 56%. So yeah, so I'd go Sharks left side in attack, which I'd be looking at maybe a Mulatalo. But this is the thing, right? Like I said, those numbers, like that edge hasn't been together a whole heap. With To'o back on that side, I think those numbers are lying to us a little bit. I really do. I think those numbers are lying to us a little bit. I don't think that edge is that bad. I actually think it's a pretty good edge. I just feel like Liam Martin's been in and out with Origin, and To'o was on the other side. Then they've swapped him. Cleary's barely been there. I feel like those four together are actually a pretty good defensive edge and offense, like even better offensively. So you can go Mulatalo, but barely anyone scores on To'o. So I know the numbers are sort of saying Mulatalo, but you might be better off going, Nikora, and Katoa. But yeah, a bit of a look. I wouldn't take anyone from the Sharks, not because I don't think they can score. It's just like they haven't. So they had a pretty tough game against the Cows. I know, like it wasn't like a super hard grind, but they emptied it. And Penrith Panthers was sitting back doing cryos, doing ice bars, watching tape, running drills, freshening up. There is a chance Sharks don't score in this game. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is a chance. So I probably won't take a try score on the Sharky side, and these two donuts here are why. It really is. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit hard. If you look at the team list, they've actually got a similar style, but obviously the halves are just nowhere near so, big back five that'll get you meters, forward pack that slaps, but the halves just not on the level of these two. So obviously we're picking the Penrith Panthers in this one, guys. Let's have a look at our betting analysis here, guys. All right, so first try. So tries have been coming relatively early, and Sharks haven't been scoring first much. Panthers haven't been scoring first much. Oh no, the Greens are. All right, so score first against top 4 teams, 60%. Sharkies, 33%. Probably won't take either one of those guys. Yeah, just don't like it. Now, Penrith Panthers, 4 tries. So if I can get Penrith Panthers over 3.5 tries, I'll be taking that. If 3.5. I probably wouldn't go much higher than that, just in case they are a little clunky after the break. You can be a little clunky after the break, guys. I think you're definitely better off having the week off. But that first 15-20 minutes, it can take you a little bit to get your groove back. If there is a little chance here that they don't sort of score first, and there's also or there's a bit of a break, we might not get the try to the first try to the 19th minute or something like that. Then they might go bang bang in the end of the second half, but end of the first half. But I think there's a chance that Penrith could be a little clunky at the start. When I say clunky, I just mean not slick. So probably take them over 4.5 tries. One thing I'll definitely be taking is Sharkies' second halves. Very, very poor, especially against top teams. Now, they have scored 20 points in that second half. I don't know who that was against, but they're averaging 20, but they have scored 0 a few times. And so they have scored 20, but averaging 11 against top 4 teams. So I'll probably take them under 13.5 points in this one. And I'll probably be looking at Penrith. I probably won't get any value for this, but I do like Penrith for over, 14.5 points. So 15 points up. And that's what they're averaging. I do like that, but I think because Penrith are such firm favourites, for them to score, I think the price for that might not, maybe their line's too high. Like they're score 18.5 or something, which I just don't like because that just conversions. I guess Cleary's back. He doesn't miss much, but if I can get 2.5 tries, maybe first half, or maybe 1.5, and then just a try in the second half for Panthers, and then under 13.5 points for the Sharks is probably something what I'll be looking at there, guys. And then total tries. Yeah, I guess if I was doing those, I wouldn't have to do total tries, but probably get more value out of actually putting them in the halves rather than just going 4 no matter what. Probably get a little bit more value plus the multiplier from the multi. So I'll probably look at that. Penrith 2 tries in the first half, 1 in the second, and then Sharkies under 13.5 points or something like that in the second half. I reckon we're golden. I reckon Sharks definitely probably will score a try in the second half, but I don't think they'll score 3. Penrith are a very, very good final 20-minute team. A lot of they don't score much in the second half. Look, you can see here the average points 7 and 6, 7.6 and 7.7 against top 8 teams and top 4 teams. But they've quite often got the game wrapped up by that point, and they're just going through the motions, defending, kicking to corners. Penrith aren't the sort of team like Broncos last year or Roosters this year that want to put 60 on you. They'll happily beat you 26-12, and move on. They don't it's not that they don't have that killer instinct. It's just they play more like a boa constrictor. They'll strangle you. And it's pretty. You've got to appreciate it. You really do have to appreciate it. A little bit back to the Khabib Nurmagomedov analogy. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone liked watching him fight because there wasn't spectacular knockouts. But if you do respect the game, if you do love the art, you do like it because it is pretty damn special. Like I said, all my mates want to watch the spinning heel hook kicks and the Justin Gaethje Homer Simpson style of fighting, but I like the intricacies of slicing through someone's guard, and mounting someone and strangling them from behind. So. But yeah, guys. So that's what I'll be looking at as far as my try scorers go. I'm not 100% sure. To'o's probably your best bet for first, second, or third, and Katoa as well. You probably get a pretty good price for both of those. Pick one of them for first, second, or third. Maybe To'o first, second, third, and Katoa. Put them together, something like that. Probably not too bad. But we'll have to wait and see. So my overall picks, guys, is I do believe we will see Penrith Panthers, Melbourne Storm in the finals, but I genuinely do think the Roosters can get a dub here. They're just going to have to play out of their skin. Sharkies, I think they might have just played their grand final last week. I think just getting that monkey off their back from last week might have been a bit of a deflation, and then we'll see how they go. But we'll have to wait and see. I've said it before. I've been saying this all year. I like Penrith. I do still genuinely think they're the best team in the comp. But this year, over previous years, they are beatable. Like the last 2 years, I was very firm that no one was beating the Penrith Panthers in a finals game. I am not that firm this year. I genuinely think they are beatable. But being beatable and getting beaten, two different things, lads. Two different things. So, Storm Sharkies, multis will be up soon, guys. Make sure you check them out. And obviously make sure you sub too, because I will put my punts up on my shorts and also on Discord and Dabble, as already mentioned, guys. So make sure you followed and subbed there, guys. Bring it on. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.